But we would be remiss if we didn't close out our AEW section because Collision happened again. And the only thing of note, as usually there's no notes, like what you just did there on the time travel. But the note was the tag team championship has changed hands. FTR was defeated, lost the tag team title to Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
It turns out it wasn't what gun, it was, oh, that gun.
Oh, we have no knowledge of that.
No, that's true.
But I bet somebody should have potentially be staring down the barrel of a gun over this finish. And we like everybody involved, but explain to me, Brian, this is my point. Here just several weeks ago, the team of FTR and the team of Gin and Juice, Jay White and Juice Robinson, had the consensus pick by almost everybody for the greatest fucking tag team match of all time. And instead of making Jay and Juice the next tag team champions, the top heel tag team, after a performance like that, instead they put Jay White in the world title picture where he ain't gonna draw 15 cents in Chinese money. And Ricky Starks, who is a budding single with a great, like a Shawn Michaels Diesel combination with Big Bill, to focus upon him and have Big Bill be the fucking muscle and blah, blah, blah. They have now somehow become the tag team champions, despite not being a tag team for more than the last 4 fucking weeks. How the fuck what is he doing?
I don't have a firm answer for that, and I don't think he does either. And the other thing is, you know, we've said it, and I apologize for any noise in the background. I never know what people can hear.
Here we go again.
Oh, it's happening, and you know it's happening.
It's happening!
But speaking of happenings, we heard a lot about Wembley. And when a lot of things were happening, people were pointing to Wembley that it was coming up. And then it happened, and people were pointing back to Wembley that it happened. How many people were in Salt Lake City to see this title change last night as we are recording?
I don't know. I saw something on Twitter where it looked like that maybe that was the fucking, I don't know, the usher crew in the audience in an empty NBA-sized arena. There weren't many people there.
They're booking to make themselves happy. They're not booking to draw fans. And it's happening everywhere. They're killing every market they return to. And markets they go to aren't as hot as they would be in the past. And the booking and the skits and the comedy, it's not helping. It's not what AEW fans want. And it's not what fans who keep trying to give AEW a chance want.
Well, and by the way, this was not a match. Also, the heels just jump-started it and sidelined Cash, even though a senior citizen from Sapporo on the other program withstood everything but a goddamn nuclear submarine shoved up his ass before he was defeated. But Cash was taken out, and then Dax was manhandled and posted and choke-slammed by the Giant and beaten. It was here we go. So
what if Cash is hurt? And this is a way, you know, you've seen that in the past with Dynamite Kid when he got carried to the ring on Davey Boy's back, allegedly. There's no footage of it because he couldn't walk and they had to get the belts off them. Could that be what this is?
Well, if that's the case, then I would excuse something like that. But since they've never been able to keep anybody else being hurt a fucking secret, wouldn't you think we would have hurt? Where would he have got hurt?
Hiding his gun.
Oh, come on. Get off.
He's not as flexible as a skinny guy. He's a big guy. He's big.
No, what I'm saying is someone would have seen him be injured in such a fashion, one would think, to have reported something. There'd have been some question, whatever. I'm certainly open to being corrected there, but holy shit. It wasn't even like the Road Warriors Midnight Express double turn where they rushed us at the start and hurt Bobby, and then Stan valiantly fought for a while and then couldn't take it, and Bobby tagged in and got beat. It was just boom. Here you go, fuck you, and boom, 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 and fuck you. So I don't know what the fuck was going on there. But again, isn't Starks more valuable as a single when he was not too long ago rubbing noses with CM Punk? And
is Big Bill more valuable as just being his muscle?
Yes. And does anybody think that Jay White is supposed to be a top singles guy when the team, with Juice doing maybe 60% of the talking, was excellent and could be a leading heel team that could lead other teams? I don't know where they're fucking going here.
Maybe FTR need time off. I don't know, but there was an interesting tweet last night. A lot of the listeners have sent over. Some people posted it on the Cult of Cornette Facebook group. Dax on Twitter, at DaxFTR. What a run. Love you all. Top guys out. And there were 4 pictures there. One of FTR celebrating it all in. One of FTR in the ring with MJF and Adam Cole. One of, it looks like Dax with Jay White. And one of CM Punk with FTR. So naturally, everyone saw that and jumped to all the conclusions anyone who saw that would think. So then he had to put out a second tweet. Guys, I say top guys out all the time. We ain't going nowhere. This is our home. So he certainly found a good way to make no point.
The first tweet, if it had been accompanied by Frank Sinatra's My Way with the audio over the top of that, would have been a wonderful farewell tweet if you were going away to a deserted island somewhere, wouldn't it? I can see why people may have... and also, immediately after, they just got run over by a steamroller. And maybe at this point, they should take some time off because they've been there for, fucking 4 years, and they still haven't figured out what to do with these poor fellows.
And who do they have to work with? I mean, that's a sad thing. I don't even want to put down Starks and Big Bill because at least it was something fresh. Young Bucks FTR, no one wants to see that again. The only thing you had was the thing, like you said, they moved away from with Jay White and Juice Robinson.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Now, didn't the Buckaroos just win a tag team title shot?
That's right, at the pay-per-view.
So we're going to get to see the Buckaroos against Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Good Lord, it will bury the heels just to be in that fucking match, regardless of the finish. That Big Bill wouldn't just pick his teeth with both of those fucking imbeciles. And that Ricky Starks is being lowered to doing tomfoolery and trampolining when they were supposedly trying to push him to be a top single. Again, the world champion of AEW is defending the Ring of Honor tag team titles by himself, and Starks, the guy they were trying to push as a top heel, is now one of the tag team champions. I don't understand.
But I'm just I'm trying to see if there's anything here that's firm for the... Apparently they sold 2,245 tickets for last night's Collision. And of course the arena looked like it was a third full of what they even had allotted. It looked
because we've established they're blocking one side of these arenas off these days, but then the other side wasn't. It looked like a piss hole in a snowbank.
You know, it reminded me of WCW, even like in 90...
But now, wait a minute, Salt Lake City, though, let's be fair. I mean, unless they have a top Mormon babyface, are they really going to draw in Salt Lake City?
I think they have, or other companies have in the past. You don't need a hometown boy in Salt Lake City.
You mean without Don Leo Jonathan? Or,
name another one. What other Mormon wrestler do you know?
Another Mormon wrestler.
Come on, let's hear it.
The fucking roadkill guy was Amish, wasn't he?
Brother Jonathan. That's an easy one for
Brother Jonathan was Don Leo Jonathan's father, but I'm talking about, people that would be under 110 years old.
All right.
You need a Mormon in Salt Lake City, I'm telling you.
It's depressing, though. There was times with WCW, even when I really liked it in the early 90s, like after you left, but before, things really changed. No matter how much you liked it, you saw empty seats, and it was depressing.
Yeah.
Watching just the entrance at the beginning of the show for FTR, you look in the background, it's empty seats everywhere. Not good.
You book smaller buildings. And you wouldn't have that to that extent of a problem. It'd be easier to disguise if you've got 2,000 people in a 6,000 seat building instead of 2,000 people in a 16,000 seat building.
They're drawing smaller and smaller crowds. The TV's getting worse and worse. They don't seem to see it that way. They're about to go head to head with NXT, which is fully loaded against them. You know, AEW has a lot of problems right now, and as always, it comes from the top, and I don't see anything changing. That's the sad thing, and I feel like it's getting to that TNA point where they got to where they were going to go, and now because there's money, they're going to stay there forever.
Well, no. AEW hasn't. They have not stayed where they got to. They've tapered off.
I'm saying this is the peak. Like this is
no. We're halfway over the peak and down the other side. As we're about mid-level again. We're at the far side's base camp. And it could be a steady trickle from here. We don't mean to all be doom and gloom, but gee, many Christ. Even if you've got the greatest cast in the world in your movie, if the script is rotten, or the direction is rotten, or the editing is rotten. So we're seeing rotten booking, rotten production from I don't know who, theirs or TBS's or both. And then it's like they've kicked a gypsy. They get hurt constant, and they don't even get hurt doing this crazy, ridiculous bullshit that they don't need to do, that they pop right back up from. They get hurt on the simple shit. And then they disappear for it. There's no consistency. Everybody argues with each other. And for a while, let's realize this, they legitimately split their thin roster up just because the guys in the locker room couldn't fucking get along and Tony wouldn't make them. And you keep seeing Uncle Dave saying stuff like, well, it's just they have so much talent in AEW. No, they got a lot of wrestlers. They're short on talent. That's the problem. And if he actually came out and said that, they would excommunicate him. But you know
what? To be fair, reportedly he's been a little more vocal lately about how bad things have gotten. Because you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it.
People would come down to Campbell by the Sea and start throwing rotten tomatoes at him if he didn't say something about it that's so obvious. So, point being, I don't care how good anybody thinks their favorite wrestler is, with all these other fucking issues and a lack of experience and a lack of leadership in all those positions, this is what we kind of said was going to happen. They can't sustain their shit because everybody's running in a different direction and nobody's lassoing the cattle. And that's a final thing that I'll say about it is that's the thing about Vince, whether for better or for worse, that he's a workaholic, but also that he's a grown adult who will cut his mother's throat in business instead of wanting to be anybody's friend. And that's why he knows everything going on. And he has an opinion on everything going on. And that's why he's been doing this for 40 years and is worth billions of dollars. And Tony's been doing it for 4 years and his father's worth billions of dollars.
Well, that was the AEW Collision update, ladies and gentlemen. Every Saturday night on Turner Network, unless it's preempted or whatever else happens. Where do we go from here? It's your show.
Well, I'll tell you what, because here's the thing. Brian, after watching some kind of booking malfeasance like that with FTR losing the belts, I couldn't get a good night's sleep because I couldn't get comfortable. I was tossing and turning. I was reeling and rocking until the break of dawn. I didn't know whether to lay on my side or lay on my back. I couldn't get up. I couldn't get down. I needed a perfect position to get some rest after the horrible experience that I was exposed to. And, but if you don't watch Collision, folks, you might still need to be able to get in a perfect position, no matter what that position may be. and get a good, we talk about getting a good night's sleep a lot here. They can tell what our interests are here on the program. Well, new friends that we've made have combined several of our interests at the same time to make it easier for everybody. Number one, you want a good night's sleep. Number two, you want to be comfortable. Number three, you want a decent position to be in to watch these multitudinous hours of wrestling programming, right? Because we're watching all this stuff. You guys are out there. Some of you are watching all of it. And you're miserable because you're not comfortable. You're not encased in comfort while you're watching television. The answer to all that is our brand new friends at Perfect Sleep Chair. And Brian, I am jealous of you because you got your perfect sleep chair and I haven't got mine yet.
That's right, the way it should be. I get to have it here in the house. We all get to test it out. It's very popular. It's a very comfortable chair. It has these great settings on the remote. You could set it like very easily. You could pick exactly where you want to go, but like for TV, for sleep, to boost you up. And like I said, the kids like it. They like it so much I had to tell them to stop. Thought they were going to break it. But
well, the kids like everything. But when the adults approve, you've got something.
Yeah, this is going to be handy for the pay-per-views, like the AEW one specifically, where like around the 3-hour mark, I'm like, I have to watch more, but I'd really like to lay down, but I don't want to go upstairs. Now you can just press a button and lay down and watch it.
Well, the tantalizing thing is you get in this perfect sleep chair and it does everything for you while you're being exposed to the endless hours of wrestling on television. It'll heat you up if you're getting chilly. It's got the therapeutic heat setting. It'll recline if you want to lay back and boom, as Buddy Landell used to say, pop it back into loser. And there's an infinite number of positions, by the way, to this recline. It's going all over the place. I mean, this thing, it'll fold you up like a jackknife. Or you can adjust it to a lift position so you don't even have to stand up. I mean, the only thing this chair doesn't do is when you're eating, it doesn't rub your throat so you don't have to chew and swallow. I mean, everything else for you. Is there a little reach around setting also where it'll give you the 5-knuckle shuffle?
No, I don't know why you would even want that, but no, there's not that, but there are great settings. You have vibration.
Those are only available in Japan, I understand.
I don't know what's available in Japan. They eat lots of stuff, and of course, everyone wants comfort no matter where you are, and we eat a lot of stuff here. I don't know why I said they eat a lot of stuff, but we're over here, and you can eat a lot of stuff and just recline right back, get ready for your favorite TV show. And
you can eat in this chair.
And you can vibrate while you eat, so you can just shake and eat.
Wait a minute, it vibrates too?
It vibrates.
Well, in that case, yeah, just lay face down with your neck on the vibrator. You won't even have to chew.
Well, no, that's not... The neck
it'll vibrate your teeth back and forth across the food, so that'll be perfect.
I don't think this is a selling point. We want to talk about vibration of the body, of the muscles, of the...
Well, does it vibrate like the Diddlator Mach 3 for the ladies in the audience?
I believe it'll be a different brand of vibration, if I had to guess.
The perfect sleep chair is made by Journey Health and Lifestyle. Steve Perry got a new gig, Journey Health and Lifestyle.
Just a small town chair.
Living in a lonely living room.
Lonely.
We took the midnight recline to Flat Town. Journey has been making health and home products for over 20 years, and they're based right outside of Washington, D.C., so there could potentially be a politician folded up in one of these chairs when it's delivered to you.
No, there'll be no bodies there will be nobody delivering or delivered with the chair except for the skilled, wonderful people that will help install it and set it up in your house.
And they're still alive.
Certainly, they'll be driving.
You got to be alive to get your license. They made a new rule. But nevertheless, in the perfect sleep chair world, this is perfect. I'm telling you again, up, down, back, forth. You could make Weekend at Bernie's out of this thing, by the way, and you wouldn't even have to fucking flop the guy's arms around. You could just push the button and he'd move on his own. They don't skimp on quality, folks. No. They're available in several fabrics, including genuine leather.
Yeah.
Hide, the cows outside. Well, I ain't afraid of no cows. They have sold more than 100,000 perfect sleep chairs, and they deliver the chair directly to you, so you don't need to worry about going out to a store, having your wife pick this chair up and sling it over her back and carry it home. And it comes in a wide variety of color choices to fit the decor of any home, so you can fung your shui all over this chair with impunity. Is that not correct, Brian?
That is correct.
Well, that is correct. And you want to know what kind of deal you can get on this thing? Well, I'll tell you what. If you're looking for the best TV chair, the best sleep chair, the best chair to go into suspended animation in, and as a matter of fact, if you lay all the way back and you're flat down, if your wife comes and throws a tablecloth over you, they can serve lunch on you. You'll never even wake up.
You'll wake up. This has nothing to do with the quality of your sleep, just the comfort.
Well, you might wake up if somebody stabs you with a fork while they're eating the fucking first course, but otherwise you'll be comfortable. Go to Shop Journey, shopjourney.com/JCE. Use the promo code JCE at checkout. $125 off your order. $125 right off the top of this chair. If you go to shopjourney.com/JCE and use the promo code JCE. Again, you don't have to go to a store. You don't have to pack the thing home. You don't have to rent a truck. You don't have to have the dog pull it in a little red wagon. They're going to bring it right to your door. They're going to stick it in your house. If you give them extra, they'll even put it where you want it. And boom, then just lay back and relax.
Put it where you want it. As part of the delivery service, you don't have to give anyone extra, but you'll be extra served in terms of comfort. Yes.
Well, that's amazing. You can just tell them, what if you say put it on the roof?
It has to be within reason.
Well, whose reason?
How are you going to get up on a roof? These guys aren't bringing ladders to move furniture up on a roof. They got to bring it into your house, and you can say,
then they won't
put it here.
Anywhere you say.
Inside the house.
You know, that's why the other day I was driving down the interstate, got off at an exit. There was a guy with a sign said, "We'll work for food." I rolled down the window. I said, "Will you paint my house for an onion?" He wouldn't do it. But nevertheless, right now, if you go to shopjourney.com/JCE and use the promo code JCE, $125 off of your order at these fine people's establishment.
Shop Journey.
Shopjourney.com. And hello, Steve Perry.
When the chair goes down, reclining. Finish the song, Jim.
When the chair goes down, reclining, and my butt is on the ground. Oh, I want to be there for 8 hours. Because if I don't get a good night's sleep, I'll be sour.
Oh, I was trying to do the backing vocals, but you went completely off in another direction. So
I was off key. So
yeah.
Well, Lee, hey, I was the Bernie Taupin. I had to finish it. You had no fucking lyrics. It's your job after that to fucking put the tune together.
You were the Bernie Madoff. You took the tune and you ran away.
Hey. All right.
You see, Bernie Taupin just put out a book. Did you see he put out
what?
He just put out a memoir.
A memoir?
Yeah.
I remember the memoirs. They used to be big.
Or biography, however you want to call it.
What did he remember?
He remembered writing all these hit songs for Elton John. And others, I presume.
Was there any more detail to the book than that? Is that the whole book? I wrote a lot of hit songs for Elton John.
You know the song Your Song?
Yes, it's my song.
You get to find out who Your is. You know the song Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Who is Your?
I can't spoil it for you. You got to buy the book.
Is Bernie paying for this plug?
No, don't buy the book. I haven't even read it yet. It may suck.
We just got a goddamn fortune to plug the perfect sleep chair. Now you're selling this guy's book gratis, which means he pays nothing.
See, the sleep chair is awesome. Honestly, we've already had issues where the kids want to hang out in it. I'm like, you can't play in this. It's my chair.
Yeah.
But a good thing to do would be combining a book plug with that, because you just want to sit back with the book and then go to nap.
And there you go. And then you fall asleep with the book on your chest in the perfect sleep chair.
Perfect sleep chair. What's the code one more time, Jim?
Shopjourney.com/JCE. Use the promo code JCE at checkout. And if the kids want to get in your sleep chair, get the option where you can press a remote button and steel spikes come out the middle of it to discourage the little the little tykes from lingering.
They don't have that option, and you would probably want to save that option for, I don't know, someone who broke into the house, not for the children, but once again, perfect sleep chair. We love it here. You will love it there. Jim will love it soon. The perfect sleep chair.
They don't have a medieval torture chair option?
No, I don't believe so.
We didn't even get into why I didn't get my chair because they had your phone number and you took so long to give them my number. But we'll do that on the next one after I've got my chair, and I'm mad at you because I've been milked on this wonderful chair for all this time.
I thought it was a prank phone call. They kept leaving messages for Jim. We have your chair delivery. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to fall for this. I'm going to fall for that one.
You have nobody named Jim in your goddamn periphery, and it's not like that you do a podcast where the sleep chair is coming up as a sponsor. So, Jim, we have your chair. There's no way you could possibly figure that out.
Gee, if I was a crazy fan wanting to, I don't know, attack these people, what would I do? Oh, I would pretend I was a sleep chair delivery man.
Call a motherfucker and see what he has to say for himself first before you decide he's a goddamn psychopath. Might just be an innocent delivery person trying to do his fucking job, like he was, giving me my shit.
I can't wait till these guys deliver the chair. I can't wait till they deliver the chair, then you get mad at them and rant about them on the show after all this.
I'm pretty goddamn pissed off right now.
Well, you'll feel a lot better when you're laying down in the perfect... We're going back to the plug. Jesus, we can't get out of the plug.